when people hear the word freelancer, the picture that someone, most of you guys picture someone na ganito. Tama ako. You picture someone working from a coffee shop, sipping on a latte or, coffee, charging in dollars, and being their own boss. 'Di ba? And mukhang ang saya, 'di ba? Yung ganyan, yung nasa coffee shop ka lang, pa laptop, sariling oras, walang boss. Pero aminin natin for most freelancers, majority even, or majority of people trying to start freelancing, this is not what it looks like. Sa totoo lang. Like for majority of freelancers, it looks like a lot of work. It looks like charging $200 pesos for design, charging $3 per hour, 'di ba? What it looks like sa totoo lang is barya-barya, like waiting for replies that never come, waiting for applications that never get answered. Minsan niya, mas mahaba pa yung oras mo ngayon ng trabaho kaysa nung may day job ka. Sino nakaka-relate doon? Like, umalis ka sa trabaho para mag-freelance para mas mahaba oras mo. Pero ang nangyayari, mas mahaba pa yung oras mo sa freelancing kaysa nung may day job ka. Pero ang masaklap, mas maliit pa rin yung kinikita mo. So, yun yung di ba? At yung pinakamasakit, dumadating ka na sa point na ang iniisip mo, baka hindi talaga para sa akin tong tong freelancing. Yun yung usual na parang ending after 2 years of trying, 1 year, baka hindi talaga para sa akin tong freelancing. And the reason I'm telling you this is like ko itong naririnig, lalo na sa mga nagsisimula pa lang o yung mga galing corporate tapos gustong subukan yung freelancing. Okay, una naririnig ko sa is pag freelancing daw maganda, pwede ka kahit nasa bahay, alagaan mo yung anak mo, dollars yung bayad. So syempre, 'di ba? Usually sa atin, nakuhiris ka, nag-Google ka muna, ano ba talaga yung freelancing, 'di ba? Tapos yung iba naman sa inyo nag YouTube, nood ng mga video, how to start freelancing with no experience, the beginner's guide to freelancing. So aral-aral ka ng konti and the next thing you know, nasa Upwork ka na. Gumagawa ka na ng profile, nilalagay mo, "Hi, I'm hardworking, I'm a fast learner, willing to be trained," mga ganyan. Then you start applying for jobs kahit wala ka pang skill, kahit wala pang market, kahit hindi mo pa sure kung anong service na gusto mong gawin. Tapos, siguro mga after 2 months na ginagawa mo to, sasali ka na sa mga Facebook groups kasi sabi sa'yo ng mga tropa mo, doon ka daw makakahanap ng work. So, scroll ka naman, makakita ka ng mga groups, di ba? And pagpasok mo sa mga groups, ang swerte mo naman kasi makakita ka ng mga job post nga sa loob. Ang problema, yung mga job post sa loob, ganito, mga 680 per day, 100 pesos per video, 300 pesos per logo, ganun. So medyo nakaka-shock, di ba? Kasi sa isip-isip mo, akala ko ba malakihan ng bigayan sa freelancing? Akala ko ba six figures to? Akala ko ba, alam mo yun, yung mga akala natin. Pero dahil nga wala ka pang experience, majority of us, we tell ourselves na okay na siguro to, kesa naman wala. Starting point lang naman, di ba? So, apply tayo, o kaya post, o kaya maghintay, minsan wala. Madalas, madalas yung mga nagsisimula na scam pa. Madalas ka makakita ng ganito sa mga Facebook groups. May work po ba na legit dito yung hindi scam? Sino na yung na-scam dito? Meron na ba? Ah, ayun. Sino na ba? May mga na-scam na ba dito? Yung parang dala na, nag-send sa GCash, ganun. Sabi ni, sabi ni Joy, andun na ako sa part na sumasali sa group pero ang dami kong app at site na may account ako pero wala. Yun. Yun lang. Tapos dadaling ka pa sa WhatsApp, mga scam. Totoo talaga yun, totoo talaga yun. So ito lang guys, masabihin ko lang sa inyo, the moment na pinagbabayad ka na, okay? Halimbawa, para makapagtrabaho ka, kailangan mong magbayad, scam yun. Okay? Yung mga training, yung courses, may bayad naman talaga yung iba ron. Wala namang problema. Pero bayad para makapagtrabaho ka, scam yun. Clear ba tayo doon? Para lang hindi ka kasi Baka mama iniisip nyo, di ba kailangan magbayad para sa skills? Well, oo, si skills yun eh. Kailangan mong, di ba, kailangan matuto. So, pwede mong bayaran yun. Courses, mentors, ano pa ba? Uh, anything na pang ano, na pang para matutunan mo yung kailangan mong gawin, okay lang, may bayad doon. Pero yung trabaho mismo, okay? Yung trabaho mismo, pag doon ka na hinihingan ng pera, takbo ka na, scam yun. Clear ba? Can you guys type in number one? Para lang clear tayo, nagkakaintindihan tayo na scam yung part na yan. Okay. Now, let me let me go back. Nasaan na yung ano? Sige na nga, ito na lang. So, dito na lang ako. Hindi ko na siya ipo-full screen. I hope. Nakita nyo pa rin naman guys, no? Nakita nyo pa rin naman kahit hindi full screen yung ano. And, okay. So, may scam, di ba? Nandun na tayo sa may scam. Tapos, yung iba naman, magka-client ka man, maliit naman yung bigayan. Maliit na nga, yung bigay, late pa magbayad. Ang pinaka-bad trip nun, ang pinaka-bad trip nun, puro pa yung, dami pang revision, panay pa utos, kahit di mo naman trabaho. Ang ending ngayon, it makes you, ano mo yun, it makes you think na baka kailangan ko munang gumaling. Baka kailangan ko munang gumaling sa ginagawa ko. Okay? So, ang nangyayari, you go back. You go back to watching more free trainings na ganito. Kaya, kumbaga, ang ginagawa mo, anong tawag doon? Parang nag-hoard ka ng information. Okay? Parang nag-hoard ka ng information. So, ang dami mo napapanood, dami mo nababasa, pero kahit ang dami mo nang alam, wala pa rin progress. Napapagod ka na, minsan natatanong mo sarili mo na ganito na lang ba talaga ang ano? Ganito na lang ba talaga ang freelancing? Kasi kung ganito lang din ang freelancing, parang mas okay pa yung dati. Parang mas okay pa yung dati. And if that's what you're feeling right now, huwag ka mag-alala, hindi ka nag-iisa. Akala ng karamihan normal, akala kasi ng karamihan normal lang to, pero hindi siya normal. Akala ng iba, ito talaga yung freelancing. Akala ko din. Okay, akala ko din pero hindi pala. In fact, I wanna make it super clear. If you've been stuck, okay, if you've been stuck, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're skilled enough. Baka sabihin nyo kasi, hindi kasi ako magaling o tamad kasi ako. Rather, it's because you were handed a broken version of freelancing. And let me explain that. Yung freelancing na alam natin dito sa Pilipinas is yung mag-apply ka lang, tapos mag-antay na mapapansin ka. Taas ang kamay kung yan yung alam yung freelancing. Mag-apply ka, tapos mapapansin ka. Punta ka sa Upwork, apply, tapos yun na yun. Karamihan yun ang alam na freelancing. Yung iba, ito pa, yung freelancing na minana natin sa mga matatanda is yung mag-charge ng per hour kahit mababa. In fact, ang alam natin na way to really charge is just per hour. Kumbaga pag nagyayabangan niya per hour ang usapan. $3 per hour ako, $4. So, ganun. Ang pinamana sa ating version ng freelancing, yung tipong hahayaan mo yung client mo ang mag-decide kung magkano ka at kung anong oras ka magtatrabaho. And let me tell you right now, that's not freelancing. That's employment, wala nga lang benefits. Bet ka pa ng freelancing kung employment lang din ang pala gusto mo. Sana hindi ka na lang umalis. And kapag yan yung version ng freelancing na alam mo, kahit anong sipag mo, kahit ilang training pa panoorin mo, malagi kang mauuwi sa tanong na ganito. Bakit parang ako lang yung hindi umaasenso? Hindi ba nararamdaman nyo na parang yung iba, mabuti pa si ganito, di ba? Tapos ikaw parang ako lang yung ano, parang ako lang iniiwan. Makita mo yung ibang freelancer nagpo-post ng mga wins tulad nito ni Lynn, nakaklose siya ng $3,000 per project, may commission pang 5%. Ito si Jeline, nakakapag six-digit month na siya. Tapos wala pa siya experience na sa portfolio ng lagay na yan. 'Di ba? Pero six digits per month. O kaya to si Aaron na as I'm writing this, I'm celebrating my daughter's fourth birthday at Hong Kong Disneyland. So, quarter one, sumali siya, nakakuha na kagad siya ng client. Yung team niya, 12 members na. Tapos ikaw, di ba, majority of us, wala pa rin client. Wala pa rin solid na client. O kung meron man, hindi mo pa rin ma-feel na nakakaangat ka. Tapos yung pamilya mo, ito yung masaklap din yung pamilya mo, ito pa yung tanong sa'yo. Sino na natanong ng ganito? Yung, nagkapera ka na ba dyan sa pinagkagawa mo? Di ba? Yung mga tipong hindi naman sila nananakit, pero masakit. Tapos yung mga kaibigan mo na tropa mo talaga, ito naman ang tanong sa'yo. Di ba sabi mo dollars dyan, kailan mo naman kami lilibre? Pressure, di ba? Alam mo naman na hindi ka tamad, di ka rin naman bobo. Pero kapag tiningnan mo yung ibang freelancer, parang may alam sila na hindi mo pa alam. So let me ask you, dito sa chat, what have you tried so far in your freelancing journey? I want you guys to be honest. Like, what have you tried so far? I want to know. What have you tried so far in your freelancing journey? Waiting to get hired? Watching webinars? Um, Applying? Ano pa ba? Learning, updating my CV? Submit ng application? Now, here's what I want to tell you. Now, kung na-try mo na lahat, nag-apply ka na, nag-aral ka na, nag-post ka na, pero wala pa rin. I just wanna say this clearly. Okay? I just wanna say na you were not wrong for doing all those things. You're not wrong for updating your CV. You're not wrong for applying. You're not wrong for hoarding webinars na libre. You weren't wrong for starting with Upwork. You weren't wrong for watching, hours of YouTube tutorials. You weren't wrong for offering 200 pesos para sa logo or anumang work kasi at that time akala mo yun talaga yung freelancing. You were not wrong kasi wala namang hindi kita masisisi kasi that's simply, you simply did what you knew. You simply did what you knew. In fact, ang masabi ko lang, if you've done all those things, you don't need to start over. Okay? Baka mamaya kasi you feel na, I need to start over because mali-mali yung ginagawa ko. Hindi. You don't need to start over. You just need to start smarter. Okay? And that starts here today with the rest of this workshop. Okay? Kasi on the other hand, di ba kanina pinakita ko yung the other side. But on the other hand, here's what's possible. Okay? Let me show you what's possible when you switch to the right approach. So, I want you to imagine this. Instead of waiting for job posts, you know exactly how to find, qualify, and start conversations with potential clients. Kahit wala kang, kahit hindi ka naman sikat. Tulad nito, example na lang to. So, sabi niya, dahil I give value in explaining things about sa gusto lang gawin ng website, ayun, nag-message si Doc sa kanya, nagsabi sa kanya game na. Ang offer niya is 40K, napunawi sila sa 115K. Yan. Sabi niya, whoosh, super, kung may word pa na over sa thank you na gagamitin ko. Now, instead of charging per hour, what you can do is something like this. Again, if you're doing it the right way. So, sabi naman dito um, ni Dalia, helping out my ACN workmate. Si Marison kasi naka-close siya ng client for 20, I think 20 million yata. So, 20 million for 6 months. And so, yung TFMT, that's the Freelance Movement Tribe. Just in case you have no idea. So, yeah. So, instead of charging per hour, you can charge by the result that you're giving to your client. Okay, clear ba? Like that's the other side. Okay? So may per hour, merong per result. Meron din tayong instead of you applying, what you could also do is the other side is clients reach out to you. Okay? Clients reach out to you, gusto nila na makipagtrabaho sa'yo dahil alam mo how to position yourself as the solution. So here's another example from Angela. Sabi niya, I closed a $15,000 project for 18 weeks na trabaho. Okay? And when we say 18 weeks, that's, ilan ba? Ilan ba yung 18 weeks? Okay? Hindi ko alam kung ano yung 18 weeks. Hindi ko rin alam kung magkano yung $15,500. What I know is that nakuha ni Angela to. Sabi niya dito, sinunod ko lang mga sinabi sa loob ng The Freelance Movement and then tweaked it para makustomize sa offer ko and then nilalapitan na siya ng clients. Yun, nilalapitan na siya ng client. Siya na mismo ang nilalapitan ng clients. So, yan ang sabi niya dito. Sinunod ko lang yung teachings and then tweaked it and then ako na nilalapitan ng client. So, she's paid $15,000 for 4 months. Yun. Not bad. Not bad na. Okay? Now, kung habang pinapanood nyo to and ang tanong nyo, ano kaya yung skill niya? Yun ba yung inisip nyo? Ano kaya yung skill niya kaya binayaran siya ng gano'n? Bet yung isa binayaran ng 20 million. Ano yung skill nun? Bet yung isa binayaran ng 15,000. Ano kaya yung ano nun? Ano kaya yung skill nun? Okay? If, ulitin ko, ito lang, sabihin ko lang sa inyo, as early as now, if that's your question, you're asking the wrong question. Because all those three samples that I showed you, they have different skills. Wala naman silang pinagkaparehas. Wala naman silang pinagkaparehas. But I just want to show you that, as you can see, going from $3 to 20 million to $15,000 to whatever, it's not fantasy. It has been true for our members. Okay? Kasi ang hirap turuan kayo ng how kung kayo mismo hindi naman kayo naniniwala na pwede siyang mangyari. Tama ba ako? Like kung hindi ka naman naniniwala, bakit mo pa siya alamin? So I want to show you muna na it is possible bago niyo 'di ba alamin kung okay so paano 'yan. Right? Okay. Now, yung iba naman sasabihin, ganito, pero chief, nagsisimula pa lang ako. Or ganito, wala pa akong portfolio, wala pa akong client, okay lang ba sa akin 'to? Now, let me tell you something right now. Okay? Even if you're new, even if wala kang portfolio, even if wala ka pang client, okay? These things don't make you fall behind. Okay? If anything, it's your advantage. Just starting out and having no experience is actually an advantage para sa'yo. Okay? Because not knowing a lot of things means that you're free. Okay? You're free from the old habits that are hard to unlearn. You're free from the trial and error na hindi gumagana. And you're free to start fresh using a system that actually works. Tulad nga sabi ko kanina, you don't need to be an expert. You don't need a super polished portfolio or years of experience. You just need to see things a little bit differently. And a premium freelancer, okay, gusto natin mangyari, di ba? Maging premium freelancer tayo. So a premium freelancers dictates their own fees. They position themselves as a partner, not as an employee. They know their value and they know how to communicate it. A premium freelancers chooses who they want to work with. Tandaan niya, like you can choose who you want to work with. And if you're a premium freelancer, if you want to charge 20, yung mga ganong amounts, you have to be in control of your own time. Bakit? Kasi if you work by the hour, guess what? Your income is already limited. Kasi ilan lang bang hours sa isang araw? Diba 24 hours? Kahit 24 hours ka magtrabaho, there's gonna be a cap on your income. Siyempre, kailangan mo pang matulog. Okay? So, again, I'm telling you this because this is what being a premium freelancer means. Hindi lang premium yung matatanggap mong pera, but also the clients that you work with also feels premium yung hindi ka inaalila, hindi ka na minamaltrato, hindi ka pinapagtrabaho ng sobra-sobra. That's also what being a premium freelancer means. And para sa akin, that's who you will become if you take today's lessons and the upcoming lessons to heart. Okay? Now tell me, who in here would like to become a freelancer? Meron ba? Like, matito? O ayaw nyo maging premium freelancers, gusto nyo lang maging VA, ganun. Okay naman maging VA, wala namang problema. And si Raquel, si Carlos, si Christina, si Gemma, si Jeds, nice. And si Rachel, nice to know. Nice to know that you guys wanna be a premium freelancer. Now, which begs the question, and I'm pretty sure 20 minutes pa lang naman tayo dito, but I'm pretty sure you're asking this now. Paano? How do you go from being stuck at $3 per hour to someone who can charge premium fees? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this workshop. So we're going to talk about the real reason clients don't see yung ano mo, yung value mo, how to turn your service into something that into something people want even if others offer the same thing, and how to position yourself so you never get mistaken for a $3 per hour task taker ever again. Okay, so yan yung pag-uusapan natin. There's gonna be no fluff, no hype, just the real stuff, okay? The kind that help thousands of freelancers do the same. Because ang para sa akin lang, once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Okay, so ito yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw. And I'll try to keep it as short as possible. So, uh, before anything else, intro lang ako saglit kasi nakalimutan ko di pala ako pakilala. So, now just in case this is your first time hearing from me, by the way, my name is John. Over the last few years, I've helped thousands of freelancers build their careers that they're actually proud of, not just in terms of income, but in terms of freedom. And when I say freedom, freedom to choose who they want to work with, freedom to choose who they want to turn down lowball na mga offers, freedom to stop being treated like an online employee. Yun. So now some would think I locked my way out into freelancing or in. Parang sinuwerte lang ba ako, bakit ako napunta rito and all that. Now, trust me when I say that I didn't start there. In fact, I started freelancing in 2012. O, di ba? Lolo na ako pagdating sa freelancing. I started freelancing back in 2012. This was a time na wala pang nga nakakaalam masyado kung ano yung freelancing. Kung ano yung freelancing. Um, Actually, yung Upwork, hindi pa nga Upwork nun. Wala pang Upwork. Nakalimutan ko na kung totoo niyang pangalan, but wala pang ano. Only a handful of people knew what a freelancer is. So technically, walang pwedeng tumulong sa akin kasi wala naman ding alam yung mga kasama ko. Pare-parehas kaming walang alam. Okay? And I started freelancing as a call center agent. Okay? I work in a call center. Tapos 2 years bago ako mag-resign, I tried doing freelancing. Okay, so that's me as a call center sa Alabang. Yeah. So, 2009, yeah. So, and back then, nakala ko kasi to be a really good freelancer, um, hindi pa nga uso yung mga VA dati. So back then, all I really thought was to be a good freelancer, I have to be really good at what I do para matanggap. And that's what I did. Okay, so I learned yung mga kailangan malaman. I joined forums kasi wala pang Facebook group nun. Forums lang meron. Sino yung matatanda dito inabutan ng forums sa internet? Forums lang meron na wala pang Facebook group. I read books online. I've learned some from blogs kasi wala pang YouTube na ano na mga ano talaga na mga tutorial. And with a little bit of luck, I got my first few clients. Okay, but here's the thing. Ito yung pinakaayaw ko. I wasn't happy. No one told me that I was gonna be miserable. I mean, I had clients, but I wasn't happy. Kumbaga, I was charging peanuts. I was working crazy hours kasi hindi ko naman alam na pwede ko palang idikta yung work hours ko. And I'm constantly wondering where my next client is gonna come from. Sino yung ganun yung nararamdaman na parang feeling ko, shit, baka iwanan ako ng client ko ngayon, sana ako kuha ng client ulit. So, lagi kong iniisip yon. Lagi kong iniisip sa utak ko yon. It felt like instead of a business, I built myself another job. That's how it felt. So, nagtatrabaho na ako sa call center. Tapos feeling ko, kumuha pa ako ng isang trabaho disguised as a business. My time wasn't mine. My clients were always in control. And I was always this close to burning out. And it wasn't until I looked around, mga freelancers kasi na nakasabay ko, puro mga ano muna, puro mga kano. Um, konti pa lang yung Filipinong freelancers back then. It wasn't until I looked around and I realized something, na the freelancers who were thriving, they were not, hindi naman sila mas magaling sa akin ng sobra eh. Hindi naman sobrang galing. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila, they do freelancing in a different way. Now, I want you guys ito, I want you to listen to this. Kasi this is gonna be the focal point of this workshop. You see, almost every freelancer out there falls into this trap. Lalo na pag Pinoy. Okay? So, you start by learning a skill. Di ba? Yan yung una yung ano, like, ano bang skill yung pwede? So, mag-aral ka ng skill. And then, you offer it to clients by applying. Di ba? But, ito yung masaklap doon. But because you feel unproven, feeling mo dahil wala ka pang experience, desperado ka, mga client, you price it low. Di ba? You price it low. In fact, you price it too low. And after several weeks or months of trial and error, you probably get the job. Kasi mababa na nga, di ba? Malamang you probably get the job. But you already feel, alam mo yung feeling mong nalugi ka? Nakuha mo nga yung trabaho, pero feeling mo nalugi ka. Ramdaman niyo na ba yan? Yung, ako yes, nakuha kong client $3 per hour, pero na-feeling mo lugi ka sa $3 per hour. Ngayon, since the fee you're being paid isn't commensurate to the effort you put in, ang nangyayari ngayon, you resent your client. Imbis na magtrabaho ka ng sagad, yung trabaho mo putyo-putyo. Kasi iniisip mo, $3 lang naman bayad sa akin dito eh. Di ba? So you show up half-hearted, tas burn out ka na bago ka pa magsimula, burn out ka na. Hindi ka pa nagsisimula ng trabaho. $3 lang naman to, nakakapagod, ayoko nang gawin to. So ang ending, since ang bayad sa'yo maliit lang, ang ending, you do the work, but not your best. And since you do the work half-hearted, okay, kahit sobrang sipag mong tao, di ba nakapanlumo mo yun araw-araw, tapos yun lang makuha mong sahod, kahit sinong tao tatama rin. And ito na nga yung mangyayari. Since you do it half-hearted, the client will sense it. They'll start nitpicking, they'll start micromanaging, sometimes they even ghost you. At dahil na-sense ng client mo na wala kang amor dun sa trabaho mo, di ba? Minamicromanage ka na niya, kung ano na mga pinapagawa, and now you're out of work again. So, you tell yourself, okay, you tell yourself na maybe, kailangan ko lang maging magaling. Kung ginagawa mo, aral ka ulit ng skill. So you watch more training, you download more guides, you learn more skills. But when the next opportunity comes, you still drop your rate. Why? Because in your head, you still have yet to prove yourself. You're still thinking, I still need more experience. So you go back to square one. But ito yung twist. You can't get the experience that you need because you never get to work with a client long enough to actually gain it. Kasi ang sinisingil mo, barya. Is this making sense? This right here is the trap. And maraming natatrap dito. Hindi sila makaalis dito. I hope it's making sense. Because until you can see this, you're gonna be in this trap. Okay? This is a real trap. No matter what you do, you won't get paid premium fees that you're looking for until you realize the truth that clients have a hidden filter for what they're willing to pay for. And ito yung masaya. It's not based on how nice your work looks or how experienced you are. It's also not based on your rate and definitely not based on how hardworking you are. Okay? Clients pay you premium based on this invisible line that we call the revenue line. Now, the revenue line, it's a simple but powerful idea. Now, I've taught this back in 2017. Okay? powerful in a way that when a client sees that your service is on this line, they will happily pay you more and respect your time. Okay. Gusto na bang matutunan yung revenue line? Okay. And the reason why they are paid is because freelancers on the revenue line are considered investments more than an expense. Okay. Ayan, yes, sabi ni Acer, ni Arnold, ni Jose. Okay, good, good. We'll talk more about it. For now, let's turn everything we learn into action. Because again, we already know the trap. Alam na natin, nakita nyo na, di ba? And once you see it, again, sabi ko nga, you cannot unsee it. Okay? But knowing about the trap isn't enough, di ba? You need to start climbing out of it. Now, ready na for the first step na gagawin? Type ready in the chat. Yeah. Ready. All right, si Anthony, si Joanne, si Arnold, si Rafael. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's how to break free from the $3 per hour, step by step. Okay. The first step is to actually diagnose the real problem your service is solving. Diagnose the real problem your service is solving. Now, you see, here's one truth about charging premium fees. Okay. And I want you guys to listen. Clients don't pay for what you do. Let me repeat that. Clients don't pay for that thing you do. Instead, they pay for the problem that you solve. So, sabi ko nga kanya, di ba, kung ang tanong nyo is ano yung skill na ginawa nila, mali na agad yung tanong mo. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Okay, they pay for the solution, not the skill. They pay for the outcome, not the hours. Now, some of you would say, hindi ko na gets. We, hindi nga. Now, let me prove this to you. Let me prove this to you. Sabihin na natin na gusto mong magpapayat. Okay? Gusto mong magpapayat. Sabihin natin medyo tumataba ka na. Medyo lang naman. Huwag kang magalit sa akin. Medyo lang. Sabi ko medyo. Medyo tumataba ka na. Tapos gusto mo magpapayat. Ang ginawa mo, may dalawang choice. Di ba? Yung isang choice mo, albularyo. Okay? May albularyo. Ngayon, sabi ng albularyo, pwede kitang papayatin sa loob ng 2 linggo. Oh, wow. Sabi mo, wow, okay yun ah. Okay? By the way, guys, set your chat to everyone ah, hindi to host and panelists para mabasa ng lahat. So, going back, so papayat ka, kinuha mo yung albularyo. Sabi na kaya kitang papayatin, 2 weeks. Sige na nga. So, pinagbigyan mo yung albularyo. Naningil siya ng mga sabihin natin, naningil siya mga 20,000. Babawasan kanya ng, ng 10 pounds. Ganun. So, ito na. Ang ginawa niya, for the next 2 weeks, ang ginawa niya, nag-orasyon siya, nagdasal, kinuha niya yung butiki yung butiki hinalo dun sa paa ng palaka saka sa eyeball nung dragonfly, tapos yung buhok ng gagamba, ganun. Tapos pinainom niyo sa'yo. Pero ito yung siste. Ito yung siste. After 2 weeks, wala namang nabawas sa timbang mo. After 2 weeks, pagod na pagod siya, promise, hindi siya tumigil lang kasasayaw. Hindi siya tumigil lang kasasayaw, pagod na pagod siya. Actually, siya yung pumayat ng 10 pounds. Pero after 2 weeks, walang nangyari, di ka pumayat. Ngayon, yung isa naman, yung tropa mo, binigyan ka lang niya ng papel. Nakalagay lang doon, next 2 weeks, wag kang kakain ng kanin. Sinunod mo, pumayat ka. Ang tanong sa akin ngayon, sino dun yung babayaran mo? Babayaran mo ba yung nagsasayaw kahit di ka naman pumayat? O yung hindi masyadong nagpagod, pero nung ginawa mo yung sinabi niya pumayat ka? Tingnan natin. Is this making sense? Is this making sense to you guys? Kasi ang hirap ipakita ng, ano yung, bakit problem? Kasi nga, kahit ano pang gawin mo, kung wala namang nangyari sa ginawa mo, ba't ka babayaran? Ano yung babayaran kita dahil napagod ka kahit wala namang naitulong? Di ba? So, that's how your client sees your services as well. Regardless of how many hours, okay? Regardless of how many hours or how much effort you spend, at the end of the day, it's always about the problem that you are solving. So the question is, what problem are you solving? Okay? That's the question that you need to answer. The first question. You may think, ito na lang eh. You may think, yung iba dito, web designer. Sino web designer dito? You may think the problem you're solving is web design. But in reality, the real problem that you're solving might be sales. Or you may think that the problem you're solving is social media. But in reality, the real problem would be lack of followers. So, dito pa lang eh, kung binenta mo, kung ang binebenta mo, social media, wala ka na. Hindi ka talaga makakuha ng client. Is this making sense? Kung nagre-reklamo ka, so, dami ko namang inaral na social media courses tapos di pa rin ako matanggap, eh malamang. Malamang, paano ka tatanggapin? Hindi naman yun yung problema nila. Ang problema nila, konti lang followers nila. Now, for some, you may think the problem you're solving is video editing, but in reality, the real problem you're solving is more YouTube subscribers. So really, I want you to ask yourself, are you helping them, are you helping them get more leads? Are you helping them convert more sales, online orders, clients, consultations? Are you helping them retain current customers? Do you get them more bookings, site visits, enrollments? What problem are you really solving? Okay? What problem are you really solving? Because I promise you right now, majority of you, when I ask you, hindi naman sa nangaano ako, nangaaway ako, but majority of you, if I ask you, what do? You will tell me, I'm a VA. Tama ba ako? Tama ba ako? Majority of you, the moment I ask you, ano bang ginagawa mo? Anong gusto mong maging? I wanna be a VA. I am a VA. If a client asks you that, tapos yun ang sagot mo, huwag ka nang ma-surprise kung hindi ka nakukuha. Is this making sense? Ala, ang tahimik. Guys, hindi ako nananakit. Walang sakitan ano dito. Gusto ko lang magsabi ng totoo. Okay? Ayoko namang sabihin na tama yung ginagawa niyo, hindi naman. Yan. Okay. On the other hand, okay, kasi 'di ba, sabi ko nga, having an answer to that question is really important because it will take a miracle and a huge amount of luck to charge somebody a premium fee if you yourself hindi mo alam mismo kung paano may co-communicate yung problema na sinasolve mo ng service mo. On the other hand, simple skills can fetch premium prices if the outcome it can give is communicated properly to the prospect. For example, ito. Okay, mamaya na pala example. Okay? So, right now, I'm gonna give you 1 minute and I want you to answer this question. Kahit sa sarili mo lang. What problem are you solving? What problem are you really solving? Kung copywriter ka, what problem are you really solving? Kung web developer ka, what problem are you really solving? Sabi ni Arnold, I wanna be a freelance web developer. Okay, but what exactly is the problem you're solving? Yeah. Sabi ni Gemma, ang to solve yung problem is low sales for e-commerce business. Nice. Ano pa ba? What problem, sabi dito ni client's problem ni Dabi. What exactly are you solving? Anong problem yung sinasolve niyo? Kasi if you can't answer that simple question, wag ka na magtaka kung hindi ka nakakuha ng client. Yan. Kasi may mga tulad nito, visibility. Bakit kailangan nila ng visibility? Ayan, si Edwin, okay to. Project manager siya. Kasi ang problema na siya solve niya is timely completion of projects. Magastos yun. Pag hindi na, yun, solid yun, solid yun. Magastos kapag hindi natatapos on time ang mga projects. Yan. So anyway, that's 1 minute, ilang seconds na lang. Yan. Basta, just answer it on your own. Hindi mo kailangang ilagay sa chat eh. I just want you to, guys to ask yourself, what problem are you really solving? Because unless you have the answer to that, it's gonna be hard for you to get clients. Tulad niyan, si Daisy sabi niya, messy books. Yes, that's a problem. But bakit problem yung messy books? Bet nga ba problem yung messy books? Because messy books isn't the problem, it's a symptom, diba? Of the problem. Like, bakit? Bakit siya problem? Ayan. Anyway, it's already 6:46. Okay. So, eto. Sabi ko nga, simple skills can fetch premium prices if done right. Tulad nito. Okay? Tulad nito. Tingnan natin kung may example ako dito. Ay, wala pala ako example. Sige, mamaya, hanap ako example. Okay? But for now, 1 minute is up. Yan. So again, ask yourself this. What problem are you solving? Okay? What problem are you solving? Kaya nga workshop to kasi kailangan mong gumawa. Okay? Kailangan may konting gawa. Yan. Now, sabi nila also help them lighten their workloads and organize data. Ba't kailangan organize yung data, Jordan? Like, what problem does it solve? Yan. Anyway, let's move on, right? Let's move on. So, do you now see how knowing the problem you solve brings you much closer to escaping the $3 per hour? Do you guys kind of see it now? Like, the moment that you know someone's problem, the problem that you solve, diba? Does that bring you closer to escaping the $3 per hour? Can you guys let me know sa chat? Yan. And ito lang, if clients don't see the problem, do you think they'll ever pay you premium rates? Diba? Malamang hindi. Diba? Hindi nga nila alam na problema yun, ba't nila babayaran ng mahal? Yan. Okay. So, let's go with step number 2. Okay? Step number 2. Ready? Can you guys type in number 2 sa chat for me to know kung ready ka na? Si Mildred, si Jen, si Neil, Lynette, April, Dulce, Lysander, okay. So step number 2, see where you fall on the revenue line. Okay? Okay, so now that you know the real problem your service solves, let's take it one step further. Okay? Let's take it one step further. Now, diba? Knowing the problem kanina, knowing the problem your service solves is good. That's fine. But ito yung ano, knowing how close the problem is to your client's revenue line, that's where premium pricing lives. Okay? Knowing how close that problem is to your client's revenue line, that's where premium pricing lives. Now, let me explain. You see, clients have all kinds of problems, diba? They have all kinds of problems. But I think we can all agree that not all problems are treated equally. Tama ba? Like, they have a lot of problems, but not all problems uh, are treated equally. Like, some are urgent, some are not. Okay? May mga problems na pwede naman yan bukas, and merong mga problems na gagawin mo na agad, bayaran kita ngayon. Okay? So, how do you know kung saan dito, kung alin dito, saan dito papasok yung pinaka-service mo? So, pwede na bukas, or like, pwede naman yan bukas or next week, or gawin na natin ngayon. Now, that's where that's where the revenue line actually comes in. Okay? The revenue line, this is a line that separates services that clients see as optional versus services that they see as essential to growth and success. So, Paano malalaman kung nasa revenue line yung service mo? Madali lang. Does your service help them or your clients? Does it help them make more money, save money, or reduce expenses, or save time in a way that helps them make more money? Yan lang talaga yung tanong dyan. If the answer is yes, then your service is in the revenue line. If your answer, if you answered yes to any of these questions, then you can realistically charge premium as you see fit. Yan. Okay. Now, let's say you're a virtual assistant. Okay. Let's say you're a virtual assistant. Now, if you if you say, I handle admin task, okay lang, useful yan. Diba? Pero hindi siya revenue connected. Do you guys agree? Like, if you say, I handle admin task, like, useful siya, yes, but, and it's great, but hindi siya connected sa revenue. But if you take that same service and you frame it like this, I can help you save 20 hours, so you can focus on sales. Now you're on the revenue line. Is this making sense? Same service, different positioning. It's a huge difference in perceived value. I hope this is making sense kasi like for most of you, ito lang yung tweak na kailangan yung gawin and you can literally charge yung how much you want to charge. Yun. Now, here's another example. This was a real example, by the way. So someone posted inside the group namin sa loob ng tribe. Sabi niya, yung client daw niya, ito yung sabi sa kanya, ay yung prospect niya sabi. So, thanks Sabrina, we'd also need someone to manage the accounts ongoing. Blah. Okay, understood. Maybe we can do a trial period for a month or two to see how it goes. And sabi ng client, that would be great, but not at an hourly rate. That rate we'd expect for someone here in Australia, not Philippines. That's very high. Nakikita na kayo na ganito na hindi pumapayag sa rate nyo kasi taga Pilipinas kayo? Meron na ba? Now, so gumatong pa ulit yung prospect, sabi niya, yung prospect, hi Sabrina, just in case the hourly rate debate comes up for you again, I wanted to send you some facts. Sabi niya, yung facts na sinend niya, the cost of living is much higher in Australia than in PH. Tapos ito yung mga average cost. So technically, mas dapat lower yung per hour, which is tama naman. Tama naman siya. So nung pinost niya yun, naghihingi siya ng advice. Ano yung i-reply niya sa client na yun? So sabi ko, ito yung i-reply mo. Okay, so let me read this. Okay, sabi ko, so ito yung suggest ko, sabi ko, the reply isn't meant to counter what you said above kasi sabi dito, I don't want you to feel insulted. So sabi ko dito, the reply isn't meant to counter what you said above. In fact, I'd say that you're right about the cost of living and the flexibility aspect of working from home. Now, the reason why I haven't replied to your last message wasn't because I can't handle a debate about my rates. On the contrary, it's because time is better spent helping clients get whatever the results they want than prove to prospective clients that I'm worth the rate I charge. Because frankly, my cost of living, my operating expense, working from home, and how much I think I'm worth has nothing to do with how much I charge. It's all about the results I can get. If I can free up at least 3 hours of your time so you can work more on your business instead of in it, that means you just saved X amount of dollars a year, saved X amount of dollars a month, and over X amount of dollars saved in a year. Now, assuming you use the free time to effectively you can conservatively grow your business by at least 5 to 15% within the next year, would it be safe to say that I afforded you not just an extra time but added revenue as well? Not to mention the stress, the hassle, and anxiety which I'll gladly take off your plate so you could do your best work as the CEO of the company. Now, those things are not seen on a financial statement, but I think we can both agree that relieving you of those things is invaluable. And yes, you're right, I don't know much about economic and finance. I do, however, know business. And it's clear as day, my services are more of an investment than an expense. And then PS, I wish I didn't take your last message as an insult. If anything, I wish you'd find a cheaper version of me who'd care for your business than just getting as a client like I'll do. Yan. Yan yung, I think, kinuha niya yan and nireply niya. So, nung nag-reply siya, ito yung sabi sa kanya. Yan. Impressed, di ba? Kanina muntik na silang mag-away, sabi. Tapos nung nireply niya, ito. Impressive, nicely said. Admire someone who sticks up for their work and is able to sell themselves effectively. Do you guys see that? Did you guys read that, see that? Anong panahon na to? Wala pang AI nung mga panahon na to. So, definitely sinulat ko talaga siya. But, that's, kumbaga para sa clients understand the value of, okay, guys, hindi nyo kailangan purihin yung pagsusulat ko. What I want you guys to understand is that clients understand the value of the results of taking their time na tulungan mong hindi sila magtrabaho ng ganito kadaming oras. Yan. Sabi ni Jella, don't say it's AI. I wish it was AI. Kasi wala pang AI ng mga panahon na to. This was 2018 yata. Yeah. Anyway, so what happens what happens kasi when your service is not on the revenue line, ito yung nangyayari. They treat you like an extra. They see your service as a nice to have, hindi a must have. They see you as a cost to cut. And when they treat you like a cost, ang nangyayari, they question your price, they delay your payments, and worst of all, they replace you easily. So wala namang mawawala kung i-replace ka nila, eh. Di ba? But when you're on the revenue line, okay, you're no longer just a freelancer, you're becoming a growth partner that they don't want to lose because you're helping them grow their revenue. Now, I want you guys to, ulit sinasabi ko to because I want you to think about your current service. And I want you to ask yourself, does your service help them make more money, save money or reduce expense, or save time in a way that helps them make more money? Does your service help them make more money, save money or reduce expenses, save time in a way that helps them make more money? And if the answer is yes, in what way? Kailangan alam mo how your service translate to more revenue for them. Like, kailangan alam mo, okay, ang ginagawa ko social media, ano. So, how does my service, social media, translate to more revenue for them? Do you know? Do you know? Like, yung mga service nyo, VA, how does that translate to more revenue for them? Okay? Now, ito lang kasi the reason I'm asking this is a good freelancer should be able to explain how their service leads to a client making more money, lessening expense, or saving a client's precious time. So, kung hindi mo siya alam, then there's a very good chance na hirap ka rin magbenta ng service mo. Yun lang yung problema doon. Ang problema sa atin, di naman kinukuha ng client yung service ko, nag-aral pa, ang dami nating reklamo, hindi man lang natin tinanong sa sarili natin, ano ba yung mali natin? Lagi nating sinisisi yung client. Sinisisi natin sila, bakit sila magbayad? Kasi ganito sila. Hindi man lang natin tinatanong, baka may mali din sa akin, kaya ayaw nilang kunin yung service ko. Baka hindi ko na paliwanag ng maigi kung gaano ako importante. Okay? Now, I'm gonna give you guys a minute or two to answer this question. And then try to figure out a way, like in what way is your service make them more money, save them money, or save them time? Kailangan lang malaman. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. It's 6:59, mga 7, we're gonna go back. Okay? Again, this is a workshop. Ayoko naman natutunga nga lang tayo dito and all that. Like, you attended this workshop because you want to learn something, di ba? And you want to do something. So, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Simona, newbie here. Doesn't matter. Like, I'm pretty sure meron ka ng mga service na gusto, na naisip na, oh, pwede ko yung offer to. So again, the question is this. Yeah, si Lisandro, help my clients increase customer retention, conversion, as well as boost sales through email marketing. Well done, man. Yeah, I also do email marketing. That's my skill technically. So I write emails for a living. Um, Sabi ni Justin, I specialize in helping coaches and so tinutulungan mo yung mga coach na mag-close ng high ticket na mga enrollment offers. Justin, pwede. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. So let's go back. Okay, seven na. Okay. Now, I hope you guys are taking notes. Okay. Now, let me give you an example of that. So ito, si Abigail. Sabi ni Abigail, kasi I just want to show you what happens when you do this right. Okay? Si Abigail, sabi niya, past client niya to ah. Sabi, yung client niya, kukunin ulit siya. Tapos, ang binigay niyang price, sabi niya, na-shock yung past client ko sa bagong premium fee na in-offer ko sa kanya. Bagong premium fee na in-offer ko sa kanya. Kanina may nagtatanong dito paano mag-increase ng fee. Taasan mo lang. Yan, na-shock yung past client ko sa bagong premium fee na in-offer ko sa kanya, but still, she said yes. Okay? Ito yung sabi niya. Pagdating sa rate, I told her my new premium fee. Anong sabi niya? What? So, sabi niya dito, what allowed her to charge yung premium fee is panoorin daw yung stage zero sa loob ng group and limiting belief and revenue line. Yun yung ginamit niya talaga, yung revenue line. Is this making sense? So, as long as you know the revenue line and na-communicate mo siya sa client kung paano nagso-support yung service mo and closer to the revenue, kahit mag-increase ka pa ng price mo tulad ng ginawa dito ni Abigail, okay lang yan. Okay, does this make sense? Can you guys let me know sa chat? Does this make sense? Ayan, yes daw sabi ni Sylvia, ni Jordan. How about the others? Nalilito? Okay. Ito lang sabihin ko guys, like, clients don't just pay for effort. Okay, they pay for impact. And unless your service clearly connects to making them money, saving them money, or saving time that leads to the growth of their company, wala eh. You're gonna be seen as optional. Parang ano siya, alam mo yung payong tas ambon? Parang ganun, optional ka lang. Like, hindi alam ng mga tao kung gagamitin ka ba o hindi. But once you frame what you do as essential to their bottom line, that's where premium pricing becomes possible. Kapag na-frame mo talaga na nandun ka sa revenue line, that's where premium pricing becomes possible. Clear? Now, I hope you see na like how being in the revenue line turns you from optional to essential. Do you guys see it na? Does it make sense why clients pay a premium? Why, only when you connect your service to growth? Kasi isipin mo na lang. Okay, isipin mo na lang. I mentioned, like for example, email ako. And sometimes I work with clients and I would say, okay, potentially this could make, we're looking at this revenue, 100K, 100K thousand in dollars. Would it be fair? Would it be fair to get $2,000 in exchange for the 100K? Kung ikaw yung kliyente, ibibigay mo ba sa akin yung $2,000 na hinihingi ko kapalit ng magiging 100K na babalik? Kung ikaw yung kliyente, ako yung freelancer. Di ba? The answer is yes. Actually, it's a no-brainer. I could charge you up until 5K and medyo okay lang sa'yo. That's what I'm talking about. Kasi hindi nyo lang na-communicate but every service out there can contribute to their growth, to their revenue, to their expense. Hindi lang natin nako-communicate ng maayos. That's the problem. Okay? Now, let's go to the third one. Guys, buhay pa ba kayo? Lapit na matapos. Buhay, ano buhay pa? Tatlo lang naman to. Okay. Buhay. Yan. Sorry, lumampas tayo ng isang oras. I was planning to just, stick to just 1 hour, but yeah, may mga tanong din kasi kayo. Alright. So, number three, turn your skill into a sellable offer. Now, imagine you're an online store. Ikaw may-ari nitong Unilove Baby Wipes. Na online store sa Lazada and you're looking for help sa online store mo. Okay? Sa online store mo, nakalagay doon, nag-post ka, need someone to help with me with my online store. After 2 days, nakatanggap ka ng dalawang application. Okay? Guys, listen to this. Yung unang application na tanggap mo, ito. Willing to do any job. I'm a fast learner. Familiar ba? Malamang sa hindi, kung nag-apply ka na sa Upwork, malamang ito nang ginlagay mo dyan. Lalo na kung baguhan ka pa lang. Yan ba yung kukunin mo? O ito? Yung I help Lazada product owners increase their store sales. Second, okay, ito yung tatanong ko sa inyo ah. Alam niyo sabi yung second. Ito yung tatanong ko. Bakit yung second hindi na naman alam kung bago lang siya o hindi? Hindi mo naman alam kung magaling siya o hindi. Hindi mo alam kung may experience siya o hindi. Hindi mo alam kung ilang years na siya nagtatrabaho dyan o hindi. Mas convincing. But what convinced you? Wala naman siyang portfolio. Like, are you guys realizing this? Nagkakaroon ka na kagad ng bias, hindi mo pa nga nakikita kung anong meron siya. Di ba? Pwede ko nga sabihin na I want to help. Bawa, wala pa akong client ever. Pwede ko sabihin, I want to help. Para future, future tense. I want to help Lazada. Ganun pa rin eh. Pupiliin mo pa rin eh. Ito nga eh, kahit sabihin ko dito na I'm a VA versus I want to help Lazada product owners. Ito pa rin malamang ang pipiliin mo. And this is something that we cannot avoid as humans. Okay? Specificity, okay guys, ito lang yun. Specificity, it signals confidence and competence. Even if you're just new. And clients will pick you more than you know. Clients will pick you even if you're new. And that's what this step is all about. Okay, it's about positioning or repositioning what you already know so that clients will see the value in what you do. Okay, again, what you do is to reshape. What you will have to do is to reshape your skill into a clear, outcome-driven offer that grabs the client's attention and commands premium pricing. Yun yung gagawin mo. Okay, turn your skill into an offer that grabs their attention and commands premium pricing. And the way you do that is by being specific. Okay? Being specific. Because let's be honest, okay? I want us to be honest. Like most freelancers, most of us, we talk about what we do in a way that makes us sound like everyone else. For example, ito. I do content writing. I offer admin support. I'm a social media ninja. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam pa dinadagdag pa natin yung word na ninja. Like, wala naman siya, wala naman nagagawa yung ninja. Um, hindi ko alam sing pauso niya. Wala namang client. Oh, wow, ninja siya. Wala pa ako nakita ng ganong client, ha, promise. Like, wala pa akong tropa na, pre, tinanggap ko to, ninja to eh. Wala pa. Ewan ko sa mga punyemas na. Ayan. Anyway, balik tayo. Brand. Ewan ko, brand. Anyway, and if your offer sounds, di ba, wala siyang dating. Okay? And if your offer sounds generic, even your dream clients will scroll past your offer. Hindi nila ano yun. Hindi nila papansinin yun. Okay, let me give you an example. Say that you're a designer. Most designers, okay, most designers would say, I create graphics. Now, instead of saying that I create graphics, what if you say, I help consultants turn Instagram, into a client magnet? Diba? Like, if you're someone, okay, if you're a consultant, malamang itong number two yung pipiliin mo. Diba? Is this making sense? Like, ito yung maganda doon. These two, they just do the same task. Paras lang naman ginagawa nila eh. May positioning lang tong pangalawa. Kasi ito naman, gagawin pa rin naman niya is to create graphics eh, for Instagram. Diba? Iniba lang niya yung positioning niya. So you're basically doing the same thing but you're charging way, way more kasi specific ka. Diba? Like parang doktor lang yan, diba? Pag sinabing general doctor, malamang sa hindi yung consult, yung ano mo, yung consult mo, mga 500 lang. Pero kapag tawag dito, kapag mga specialist na, di ba, 2,000 na ang bayad. Sabi ni Marbs, how to deal po with the thought of, madali lang naman to, bakit ako mag-charge ng ganitong amount? Okay, sige, sagutin natin yung mamaya. And I want you, Marbs, to put that in the, in the Q&A. Sagutin natin yan. Okay. Now, as a consultant, di ba, we're gonna choose, we're gonna choose number two. Di ba? Now, here's another example. Sabihin natin writer ka. Okay, writer ka. And, tawag dito, sabi mo ang service mo is you write yung mga script sa mga vlogs. Yun yung ano, yan yung skill mo, kumbaga. But what if instead of I write vlog scripts, you tell them that I help influencers turn casual scrollers into rabid followers? You're technically doing the same thing. Is it making sense? Like you're technically doing the same thing. You're just offering, you're reframing how you're doing it. I hope you guys are getting this, like really. Kasi pwede nyo itong gawin ngayon na and you'd probably get a client. Like yung profile pa nga lang, baguhin nyo lang yung profile nyo, lagay nyo lang tong ganito, makakuha na kayo minsan ng client. Kasi may tropa kayo na makakita na, ayun pala yung ginagawa mo kasi alam lang nila, vlog writer ka, hindi nila alam na ito ka pala. Yeah. Diba? Which one would you pick? If you are an influencer, which one you would pick? Definitely number two. Diba? Which one has which one has a better chance of getting paid premium fees? Again, same skill, only framed as a solution, which goes to show for the majority of freelancers, diba? For the majority of freelancers, you don't need to change your skill at all. Kaya mga tanong nyo kanina, anong skill meron siya? Nope, that's not the right question. The skill you have right now, di nyo na kailangan matuto ng bagong skill. Utang na loob, tantanan nyo ako. Di nyo kailangan mag-aral ng bagong skill. Kung may skill ka na, gamitin mo yung skill na yun. Just try to reframe. Okay? They simply need to change how it's framed. Clear? Now, so how do you do this? Okay, how do you do this? Right? How do to turn a skill into a sellable offer, you only need two things. You only need two things. Ito yun. The who and the what. Okay, and we're gonna use this framework to craft our sellable offer. I help who, and then the what. Now, itong framework na to, this is a very basic framework. There's a lot of ways to write this. Hindi ko kayo pakikialaman, but if you need help and want to stay want to have a basic way to do it, ganito lang siya. I help who, and the what. The what is the problem that you're solving. Di ba kanina sa step 1, ano bang ginawa natin sa step 1? Ano ginawa natin sa step 1? We diagnose the real problem. So, kung diagnose yung real problem, makaya mo na itong gawin. Pipili ka lang ng market na gusto mong i-solve, ay itulungan. So, for example, sabihin natin yung market na gusto ko is podcast. Because the problem that they have is to getting more listeners. Kasi gusto nila podcast sila, di ba? Gusto nila ng maraming listeners. So, here's the offer. I help podcasters get more listeners and subscribers. Is this making sense? Madali lang, di ba? Now, inside the tribe, okay, inside the tribe, we call that the offer statement. Okay, we call this your offer statement. Now, it's your turn. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. 2 minutes lang pala, 2 minutes. 7:15, 7:17. Let's go back 7:17. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to craft your own offer statement. You don't have to put it here inside the chat. You can do it on your own. Wala namang problema. Again, this is a workshop, so kaya inaano kayo mag-take action. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, ang daming gumagawa nito, and usually yung karamihan sa kanila, they get clients within the next 5 days without them lifting a finger. Kasi nakita lang ng tropa nila na yun pala yung ginagawa nila, nare-refer sila sa tamang tao. Si Earl Patrick, sabi niya, I help fashion brands increase sales by scaling their Facebook ads. Pwede? Pwede. Pwede. Sakto. Very specific yung fashion brands. Sabi ni Mickey, we build websites that attract patients, save you time, cut costs, and grow your dental practice. Okay, Mickey, that's a bit long. Okay? So, pwede mo naman sabihin we build websites that attract dental patients. Yan, tapos na. Uh, Simple lang, pero it contains who and the what. Okay? Now, for sino dito yung mga bago? Yung mga newbie? It's 7:17 na, so time is up. Okay? Time is up. Yeah, so mga bago, yung wala pa talagang alam, okay? Here's my assignment for you guys. Um, Instead of doing all these, kasi technically, para talaga to sa mga gusto makawala sa $3 per hour. Pero kung bago ka, here's what you need to do. Choose a market. Kahit anong market. Pwedeng dentist, pwedeng realtors, pwedeng resorts, Airbnb, ang dami pwede maging market. Okay? Pili ka ng market. Gets? Gets ba? Kahit VA ka, ganun din. In fact, ayokong makakita na nilalagay mo na VA ka. Kasi hindi ka VA. You're limiting yourself by saying you're VA. Okay. Next. So, market, diba? Once we market ka na, the next question is, ano yung problem, ano yung pinakamalaking problem na meron yung market na yun? That is connected sa revenue line. Anong problem, yung pinakamalaking problem na meron yung market na yun, that is connected sa revenue line. For example, yung Airbnb. Ano yung pinakamalaking problem na meron sila that may be connected sa revenue line? So, it could be yung yung they might not be getting the guests or bookings. Yun. Unahin mo muna yan. Unahin nyo muna yan. Bago yung ibang mga bagay-bagay. Okay? Now, okay. Now, if you do this right, okay, if you do this right, ito yung mangyayari sa inyo. Sabi ni Aaron dito, deal closed after 3 years. So, just sharing a recently closed project. We started talking 2022 pa, tapos quiet na si client. Then just the other day, nag-PM ulit siya out of the blue asking for my rates, kanina closed na. So, siya na yung hinahanap. And bakit siya hinahanap? Sabi nga niya dito, huwag kang palit ng palit na skill. Ayan. If you're a newbie and you're trying out kung saan ka bagay, okay lang. Pero, as much as possible, you want to be known for one thing. And yun nga yung offer mo. Yung offer statement mo. Kasi once people have an idea kung sino ka, ano bang ginagawa mo, the who and the what, it's gonna be easier for you to close more deals. Okay? I hope this is making sense kasi I'm telling you right now, kung yung ibang gagawa dito ng mga pinagsasabi ko dito sa call na to, I'm pretty sure some of you are gonna get clients na agad. So, going back, so let's do a bit of a recap. Okay, so quick recap. People don't buy your skill, they buy the results your skill creates. We also talked about how premium fees are possible within the revenue line if nasa revenue line yung service mo. And you have to get specific about who you help and what outcome you create to stand out and charge premium fees. And that is how you start commanding premium rates by simply communicating better. Yun lang talaga yan. Okay? And if clients, ang sa akin lang naman, once we will start do this, now you'll be able to see how, paano ba, like how changing the words you use can change your pricing. Like just changing the words that you're using para sa offer mo can literally affect your pricing from $3 to 300 to 3,000 to 30,000. Okay? So, next, okay, here's what I want to talk about. Diba? Like, after this, meron ba sa inyo nag-wonder, okay, pagkatapos nito, tapos na, what's next? Meron ba? Like, what's next after this webinar? Wala na, wala, at suko na kayo. Hindi na kayo nag, ayaw nyo na, nagulo ko ba yung utak nyo, ganun? Yan. Okay. So, what's next is this, okay? Diba? How do you keep this momentum going? How do you turn what you've learned into something more meaningful? I got something for you, okay? So, wala siyang bayad. This is totally free. It's the premium freelancer code. And what we're gonna do, para masaya, is we're gonna do a free three-part video series. Okay? So, the three-part video series na yon, again, it's gonna be called the Premium Freelancer Code. So, video number 1, video number 2, video number 3. And inside, we're gonna walk you through what it actually takes to be in demand, month in, month out, the boring secret of a sustainable, predictable, and consistent seven-figure freelancing business, and how to make clients happy working with you using only the 10% rule. Yeah, that's what's in store for you for the next, I don't know, ilang weeks ba? 2, 3 weeks? Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? Again, this is what we have in store for you. And by the way, this is not theory, okay? What you learn in the upcoming three-part video series, itong free na video series, is literally the same principles hundreds of our members have used to land clients that are worth six figures, seven figures. Yung mga nakita nyo kanina. Even if they were new when they started. So we have literally seen complete beginners with no experience, no portfolio pull this off. So walang rason para hindi ka matuto rito. So, first video goes out on July 4th. Okay? First video goes out on July 4th. You still have like, I don't know, 1 week? 1 week for that? Now, but if you want to make sure na you won't miss it, since 1 week can be a lot of time for some people, baka makalimutan nyo na, here's what to do next. Okay? So, what I want you to do next is this. Copy this link. Screenshot nyo na. Okay? Type in kung na-screenshot nyo na. Join the private Facebook group. It's a temporary Facebook group. Okay? Magiging active lang siya for the next 30 days. Yan. Join the Facebook group. Let me know kung na-screenshot nyo na. Yan. tfmt.ph/group. Yan. So inside the group, that's where we'll drop reminders, do bonus Q&As kung pwede. We're gonna keep you in the loop. Just go to the group, just tfmt.ph/group. Diyan din namin ilalagay yung yung like kung saan nyo makita yung recordings, saan nyo makita yung first session, yung second session, yung third session. Okay, again, siya, yung three-part video series, hindi siya live. It's gonna be recorded. Okay? So there's that. Pangalawa, okay? Pangalawa. Um, so once you have that, save nyo to. Make sure, okay, to watch your inbox and make sure that you're getting emails from John at the Freelance Movement. gmail.com. Nakuha niyo ba yung email namin? Are you guys getting our emails? Let me know sa chat. Are you guys getting our emails ba? Okay? Kasi, ito yung ano, I suggest, okay, I would highly suggest that if you're getting our emails, kung hindi mo siya nahanap, try to look for it under, tawag dito, try to look for it sa promo tab, sa ano, like, try mo hanapin yung mismong email. And once you find it, I want you to move it on primary. Alam niyo naman siguro yun, how to move an email from promo to primary. And the reason for that is we're gonna send you a bonus resource between today and July 4th. Hindi namin sasabihin kung kailan namin isi-send. I-send lang namin via email. Hindi rin namin, hindi rin namin kayo, like, surprise lang siya. So if you're not watching your email, you're gonna miss it. Yun lang masabi ko. And ayoko naman na sabunutan mo sarili mo dahil na mismo yung bagay na may, alam mo yun, like, we're gonna be sending you some things that are paid. Meaning, libre siya para sa inyo, but it's actually a paid thing na we were selling back then. So you might want to watch out for that. It's a bonus, but you can only get it in your email. So good luck na lang kapag hindi mo siya nakuha. Bahala ka sa buhay mo. Sayang naman. Now, di ba? Sayang naman. I mean, ito na lang eh. You've already proven that, that you're not like most freelancers. Nandito ka na, nanonood ka dito. You didn't, ano maganda eh. Guys, congratulations because you didn't quit halfway. Diba? You stayed here. So don't stop now. If you've made it this far, I already know one thing about you. You're not just curious, you're already ready. Maybe not ready to charge a premium yet, but I'm pretty sure you guys are ready to stop doing what hasn't worked. That's what I'm sure of. And para sa amin, with my team, with our team, that's enough. Na ready ka na to change yung ginagawa mo. So anyway, follow the link, okay? Follow the link, join the group, and watch your inbox. Okay, join the group, watch your inbox, and so that when the first video drops on July 4th, 6 p.m., you'll be ready. We'll see you on the first video on July 4th. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Now as for may tatanong may GC ba? Wala tayong GC kasi 100 lang ang pwede ron. Dito pa lang sa call na to, sobra na kayo. Like, umabot kayo ng 700 kanina. Okay? Now, uh, next, you can stop recording na. Sagutin ko lang tong Q&A.
Recording stopped.
Ayan. Sagutin ko lang tong Q&A.